I think it takes a lot of courage for somebody to ride out in this hot summer morning. 7 o'clock in the morning, 28 degrees centigrade. That's the story I have playing on my TFT. I think it's been a while since I posted a YouTube video, and today I decided I must do one because it's been a while. And I tried a weird way to kind of connect my audio to my GoPro, and I'll tell you in a minute. And I had to kind of scrap the entire footage because it was absolutely horrendous. Maybe I really couldn't get the party trick. But last Sunday, there was a big group of 40-50 BMW riders. We went across to a lovely destination. We started pretty early in the morning, 6 o'clock or 6:15. So, and we headed towards a very nice reservoir nearby, and I captured the footage out there. But the problem was the audio was pathetic, and I just didn't want to post anything where the audio is so poor. But that was a very nice ride. But I have a Cardo Pack Dog Edge, and I was watching a video which said you can actually use your Cardo Pack Dog Edge to record your audio. It's quite a smart one. So if you have the Cardo Pack Dog Edge, there are two ways to connect to your phone. One is through the app that's there on the Cardo Pack Dog Edge. So there are two ways to connect a Cardo Pack Dog Edge. One is through the app that you have, and the second way is to connect to the TFT screen that is showing out here in front of me. This is the TFT screen. So far I've been riding with my Cardo Pack Dog Edge connected to the TFT screen. Swami Sharanappa. And yeah, I had no problems at all. It was absolutely brilliant. I've always been in the pursuit of getting the right audio quality, and I saw this video and it looked nice, and I thought this is a good party trick to see if I can get really crystal clear audio. Yeah, these jackets, these shoes, this helmet obviously makes it even more hot inside. It's already gone to 31 degrees here. In these summers, in the part of the country that I live, it can be quite an experience. Yesterday, it touched almost about 42 or 43 degrees. Let's see what's the range I've got now. 246 kilometers I can drive, but I'm not riding 246 kilometers. 60, 60, 120 I think at the maximum. All that I need is a bottle of water somewhere now, and then I'm good to rock and roll. So watching some of my videos the other day when we had gone for a ride, to this reservoir. So obviously you never get to see how you're sitting on the bike, right? But it's always the point of view that I'm showing you. But there was a photographer and a videographer, I would say, from within the riding group who was actually taking pictures and videos. So they posted some videos, and I was looking at the way I'm riding, man. I mean, it looks like as if I'm not enjoying the ride, but I am going on a war or some sort of stuff, right? I'm kind of, my body posture is quite, it's not fluid. It's quite stiff, I would say, my body posture. And it looked like as if riding a bike was a punishment. Trust me, that's not how I feel. Okay, let me just get some water for myself. Usually for my GoPro, I have an external mic connected, and he was actually making a suggestion that you could actually do without an external mic and use the mic of your intercom, which is the Cardo Pack Dog Edge, to do the recording. The only thing is that your audio and your video will be recorded separately. Okay, that's the only thing, and you got to mix it post-production. So I said, okay, let me try this out. So the way it works is on the app, when you go open the Cardo Pack Dog Edge or Cardo app, there is something called the record button. So you press the record button for audio and you click it on, and it starts recording. Okay, your voice starts recording because it's got a microphone near my chin pad. Okay, that's where you actually take your calls and speak to people. So the microphone is connected, and the card is connected to the mobile phone, and the mobile phone has started recording. So now basically it's a wireless system that you've got, right? And then you start the camera, and then you start talking, right? Now, little did I realize the fact that my Cardo Pack Dog was also connected to my TFT screen, which is out here, right? Now the moment I start doing this thing and I say record and my TFT gets connected to my Cardo, it just stops the audio recording, and it just stopped it. So like a fool, I've been talking all the while, showing the video clippings and everything else, literally like a fool. And then I realized the fact that After I came back home, I realized the fact it was absolute disaster that everything that I was recording from the video was fine. The audio was not recording because it stopped recording just because my TFT screen is connected to my Cardo, and when it is connected, it just will disconnect any sort of recording during on the phone. I mean, today I decided I'm not going to record using any of this fancy stuff. I think the conventional way of recording, which basically is using an external mic, is the best to deal with. 2 weeks back when I had come to the breakfast ride, and I'm so stupid, right? I mean, not just me, and I'm not calling anybody stupid here, but the fact of the matter is that we really don't know how to look after helmets. I mean, at least I did not know how to look after a helmet. I mean, I've been careless. The helmet I've got is the Climb Krios Pro, as you all know. I'm sure you're bored to death by listening to that word by now. But whichever helmet you buy, it really doesn't matter, guys. Okay, the biggest mistake that we all make after you've kind of done with your ride, you're parking your bike, you got it out of the bike, then the first thing you do is obviously remove your gloves and then your helmet, right, and then your jacket. When I went to the breakfast point, got down from the bike, took my gloves out, took the helmet out, and I put the helmet on my seat and opened my top case to take my gloves out. And probably what happens is sometimes there's a shake in the bike because you're trying to open the top case. There could be wind that is there, and my helmet fell down from the bike. Now fortunately, where I had parked my bike, they had this, there was grass and sand, there was no rocks, nothing of that sort, right? And it fell from almost below my waist height, and it fell right on the back. Nothing happened to the helmet. I picked it up and I saw everything was fine. But then I had read this somewhere that if your helmet falls, it's of no use any longer, because it's possible there could be a crack in your EPS liner, or there could be a crack in the helmet that you really can't see, and it is unsafe. God, man, I was kind of really worried about it, saying, what the hell now? Am I supposed to change my helmet just because it had a fall? But fortunately, as I said, the fall was on a surface rather than rocks and gravel and things like that. So I was lucky that way. Nothing happened to the helmet, no scratches, nothing, which is fine. But the broader point, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm trying to make is that when a helmet falls, it's quite likely possible that there could be a crack in it that you can't really see. Now, what makes it a certain that there is a crack in it, that a lot of times what people basically do is they have a water bottle, a water bottle which is not big but a small water sipper inside their helmet, or they've got something else inside the helmet which is slightly heavy. So if you've got something that's heavy inside the helmet and then that falls along with the helmet, you're 100% sure that there's a problem with your EPS liner or something is cracked inside, because there was weight inside the helmet, and that's how the helmets work, right? So when your head is in the helmet and there's a fall and there's an impact on the ground, because of the weight of your head inside the helmet, the EPS liner actually gives you a lot of it protects your head. So if you have something heavy inside the helmet, it falls either from the waist height or from wherever it is, then for sure I think it's probably time to change your helmet. We loosely understand some of the old proverbs that people use, which is prevention is better than cure. Well, I'm using that here because anybody who's listening to my video or who's even looking at my video, guys, you can't be placing your helmet on your seat. You got to place a helmet at a place where it is firm, right? And common sense and also experience from riders tells you that you got to place your helmet, if it's possible, you have a side mirror, put it out here. Use the space to put your helmet. I'll show you in a minute, okay, what I mean. That's where the helmet goes. So because when the helmet goes out here, when I mean out here, or any of the mirrors out here, I normally have started using that now. So I place my helmet over it. Now, the chances are it'll fall is almost zero unless your bike falls along with you. And that's about it. So prevent it. The helmet is expensive and it's going to spoil. That's not the point. The point is a fall of a helmet exposes you to a risk. So it's a nice restaurant to come for breakfast if you ever want. S4 food courts, and this is on the Siddipet highway. The ghee karan dosa is really nice here. That was quick breakfast. Temperature 33 degrees. So when I started it was 28, 33. So not bad. And the wind is fairly all right. And I've got 60 more kilometers to cover and not more than that. So I'm all right. I think I'll reach home before it really starts burning me off. The best part of summer obviously is that if you start early it's nice and you can do a short ride and come back. But anyway, when it's gonna be monsoon and it'll rain, I really don't like to get wet in the rain. It's a different story. I come on a ride and then it rains and then you get wet, it's okay. But I don't want to get purposefully out on a ride when it's pouring or raining, drizzling, whatever it is. I'm not a big fan of riding in the rain. Oh, I can see some lovely riders in front of me. I think this is the same Harley group that I just met. Oh, look at those bikes, man. They're so huge. I thought my bike was big. Can you see that? That's the Harley. The pillion, it's got a beautiful pillion rest at the back. I mean, you know, for the pillion, there's a lovely seat at the back with a backrest. So damn comfortable here. So when you look at those bikes and you feel, you know, maybe these bikes have to be ridden that way, I think. So you kind of have to ride them very sedately. The fact is that the bike that I'm riding, you know, it's a sort of a mix, I think. It begs you to ride faster, it begs you to ride harder. And is it really comfortable to ride like this? I have no idea, man. But it does look pretty comfortable. Look at that bike, look at these riders. I mean, there is something special about Harley for sure, there's no two ways. They call them the Hawks, I think. Harley owner group. I love this bike. I really like the way that it looks like it's got those huge speakers in front of them. And if you say BMW 1250 GSL looks big, man, I don't know, it's a fat boy or whatever that they were riding. It looks even bigger. Yeah, I didn't want to trail with them because I don't want to kind of embarrass them. Overtook and I'm on my way back home.